everybody, Chef Eric Villegas here. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my cocina. What's going on today? Well, have you figured it out yet? The most questions I get in a day, in a week, in a month, what's the difference between the VP95 and the VP200? Both brand new, both VacMaster machines. What's the difference? That's what today's all about. I'm going to tell you what the differences are. Don't go away.
The VP200 has an MSRP of $549, found less expensive everywhere, a powerful maintenance-free pump, an 11.5-inch removable seal bar that will accommodate VacMaster bags up to 12 by 12 inches, chamber size, width at 13.75 inches, depth at 11.8 inches, and the height with that domed lid, 4.7 inches. Overall dimensions of this beast, width 14.25 inches, depth 17.75 inches, and height 9.5 inches. And it weighs in at a svelte 25 pounds. The tail of the tape continues with the VP95. With an MSRP of $729, you can find it cheaper just about anywhere. It also packs a 1/4 horsepower single piston oil based pump, a 9.5-inch removable double seal bar you can find inside. As far as the chamber is concerned, the width is 9.5 inches, the depth is 10.5 inches, and the height with that flat lid is still 3.5 inches high. Countertop concerns are a width of 11 inches, a depth of 16 inches, and a height of 9 inches. The VP95 also weighs in at a svelte 42 pounds.
So other than all that stuff, what's the big price difference? Why is one so much more expensive than the other? Oil versus dry. What's that mean? The pump. The pump. The VP200 pump is a very powerful dry rocker pump. What does that mean? Well, basically, for you and I, it means you don't have to touch it. It's maintenance free. You don't do a thing. Whereas the VP95 runs on a 1/4 horsepower oil piston pump, and it is strong. But because it is oil based, it needs to be maintained. How do you ask it needs to be maintained? Well, 2 reasons, 2 ways, 2 things you can do. 1, change the oil, just like in your car. Oil-based pump needs its oil changed. The other, this gizmo has a handy-dandy mode that has the ability to clean the oil. That prolongs the life of the oil, prolongs the life of the pump, makes everybody happy. So, dry versus oil. Less expensive, more expensive. That's one of the main reasons of the price difference. Other than one's maintenance free and one isn't, what does it matter to you? Well, they both pull within a couple percentage points the same amount of vacuum. But the oil pump does it more efficiently and does it faster. Does that make sense? It does it faster. So, if you're just vacuum sealing a piece of lasagna once a week, you're not going to care very much. But if you just shot a deer or some sort of animal or marsupial and you want to portion it up, you got a lot of bags to go, this will do it effortlessly. This one might take a little bit longer. They're still both great machines. That's oil versus dry. Another option is a basic machine and a programmable machine. Meaning, the 200 has 3 basic settings for vacuum. You don't have to think about it. You just press a button. The 95 has 2 programmable buttons to make life easy. But if you're doing something specific or you're screwing around or you need something different, the 95 is also programmable. You can design how long of a vacuum you want to pull. That's a great feature if you need it. Another major obvious difference, analog gauge. Like all classic VacMaster machines dating back 30 some odd years, they all have an analog gauge, except the 95 moved to a digital display. Does that make a difference in vacuum packing? No. Operating the machine, startup, completely different. The 200 has no on-off button. Crazy. What a world we live in. You just plug it in. And when you're ready to go, you simply press the start-stop button about 1 to 2 seconds until the machine fires up. The 95, on the other hand, has a power button back here in the rear. You fire this up, the machine stays on. When you're ready to pull a vacuum, when you're ready, you just drop the top. Meaning this machine is lid activated. The 200 has a manual lid. Did you just notice that? Ooh, high. Ooh, not as high. In terms of footprint and space, both machines are good counter size machines, meaning they're going to fit on your counter. But because of the 200's manual lid and its need to be open all the way, you're going to need a little bit more space on the top. How much space? Well, let's figure it out. If I run my handy dandy tape to the very top, that is 24 inches from the base of the table to the top of this lid. The 95 opens comme ça, and that's about 21.5 inches from the base of the table to the open lid. So, depending on which machine you want, depending on which machine works for you, make sure wherever you put it, you can accommodate the needs of the machine. Both machines have a marinade function. I know, crazy. Both machines love to marinate inside their chambers. Both machines have marinade programs. The 200 has a set program where the 95 has an adjustable program. Totally up to you. Speaking of marination and canisters, what kind of segue was that? Accessory hoses. They both do it, but they both do it differently. In the 200, if you look at the front panel, there's a little hole right there. That is the accessory hose port. You simply plug the accessory hose into that port and you're on your way. The 95, on the other hand, no hose port in front. It actually uses a vacuum nozzle located at the rear of the machine. The same nozzle that pulls the vacuum from the chamber, you simply attach the accessory hose port over the nozzle and you're ready to go. So in conclusion, what's the difference? Well, I pretty much showed you just about every major difference in the machine that you might want to be concerned about if you're looking to get a countertop machine. But when you go over all that information and you actually look, the VP200 is a perfect example of an entry-level machine. If you've never done chamber vacuum sealing before, this is a wonderful machine to get started from because the price point is amazing and also it's very simple to use. Everything's preset, you don't have to think about it. The 95, on the other hand, even though it's got a smaller chamber, it's got the oil pump. It's a more refined, sophisticated machine. It's got more interactivity in the control panel, allowing you to customize certain programs that you need to get the job done. I find them both to be fantastic, and I think you should look at each one of them if you're looking to get a chamber tabletop machine. Oh, hey there. So, did it make sense? Did you enjoy it? Did you understand the differences between these two machines? It's a basic overview to give you an idea to help you when you're looking to purchase something like this. If you want to find out more, head on over to VacMasterFresh.com. They've got all the information you're going to need regarding these two, plus a whole lot more. And the Fresh Bites blog, all of our recipes are there. I wrote a couple of them. But more importantly, I want to see all of you next time right here in my kitchen.